long time ago now. It was when I was 19, so it was a hell of a long time ago, but I hitchhiked the whole world.
Starting where?
I started from Australia, and all it cost me was £72.10. I have it at home, it's printed in the paper to actually show you, authorise it. But I went by boat, which of course that fare had to be paid, but
yes.
overland, and I did a total of 50,000 miles, which would probably be about 80,000 kilometres.
How long did it
hitchhiking.
take?
I was away for 6 months, 181 days. And the places I went were places like France, Switzerland, and on top of that, I also climbed the Matterhorn.
Did you?
I went to
It's
Austria.
a little side trip.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah.
We didn't hitchhike, right?
Yes, I hitchhiked the whole lot of it.
But up the
Oh,
Matterhorn.
no, you can't hitchhike up there, you can walk.
That's
Not
right.
like cars aren't allowed. Then into Germany, over to Berlin.
Always on the main roads?
No, people would take me home and I'd stay with them for the night.
Really?
Yeah, not terribly much in Europe, but in America, just about every night.
Did you make any friends that you
A lot of friends, and I looked them up when I was in America and I ended up staying with them.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it cost me, I only spent $8 there on the first day I was there. And would you remember of the Harlem riots or the time
Yes.
that you do?
Yes.
I was in them.
Yes?
Yeah, I was in the Harlem riots, and of course in those days I didn't know to what extent it would be. And I was as scared as can be, and that was the only money I spent the whole time I was in America, which was 8 weeks. And that was about $7 or $8 to go to a place called Sloan House YMCA. I was very, very scared that night after what I'd been seeing.
So when you finished, when you got back to Australia after this epic journey, were you a different person?
Yes, people thought so too. Even the friends that I had beforehand, I seemed to be different from what they were, as if I'd grown up or something. I don't know what it was, because they didn't appeal to me anymore the way they were.
Yeah.
Every second or third year I have gone somewhere overseas. If I could just give you an example, I've been on 3 cruises. I've been to Egypt. You're just talking to an Egyptian person. I've been to Manila. I've been back to America twice. I've been to Hawaii. I won a trip to Hawaii, and this is it. Yeah.
How did you win that?
How? Yes, I am a member of New Image, and because I managed to get 3 managers into that company within 8 days, they had to buy into it, of course, but because it was within 8 days, therefore I got awarded that.
And what do you do now?
What I do now, well, I'm out of work at the moment, because if I could explain why, if you don't mind, and I don't mind saying it, but I've been rated at it, 2%. I'm epileptic.
Right.
That's why I don't drive a car. But I have been since I was 24, but I still I've been going around the world just the same. Nothing stopped me. If it's there, I'm going to see it.
Right.
I'm only going to live so long, so if it's there, I'll do it.
And did you ever get married and have a family?
Never. And because it was for the first 15 years, it was fairly critical, even though I still went overseas at different times. That's why I wasn't going to trap myself into it and therefore put the load on another person's shoulders.
Right.
But then when it got past the 15 years and it was pretty obvious that it was going to be all right, I never had the interest.
Right. You are looking for work.
Yeah, and I have been in insurance, but I had to leave it because I no longer can drive.
Is travel still your big passion?
I'll say it is. There's so many places I haven't been. I feel as if I've been nowhere.
And that's what you're concentrating on? Travel?
I'm trying to concentrate on it. It's been every second or third year since 1964.
And what's your next trip?
Well, I really don't know, but I am thinking of going over to Fresno, California at Christmas.
Right.
I've got the place picked out where I want to go. I wouldn't want to live there, but I'd like to go there. But it just depends on what's on at the particular time as to where I want to go, because I feel I've been a lot of places now, and so therefore I go places now because I've been there, and I go because they attract me.
So your very first trip was overseas?
Overseas, yeah.
When you were 19?
When I was 19, yeah. And it was only because I went with an uncle and because he fell in love with a woman in Lisbon and he went back there that we parted, and that opened the world up to me. And after I'd seen Europe, which I thought I'd be going home after that, it then opened it up so much that I thought, no, that's it, I'm going to America.
Why did you open a kite shop?
Multiple reasons. Number one, when we started kite flying, we found out that we couldn't buy anything that we wanted. We had to travel long distances to get anything with any scope, any range, and it was a monopoly. Only one manufacturer, so only one brand to look at. And then I became redundant, so we both work in the business now.
What did you become redundant from?
I was an electrician in a coal mine.
In a coal mine?
In a coal mine.
Down?
Underground.
Underground. And no wonder you like flying
kites. Yes, I definitely like looking at clear blue skies all day now.
So you make your own now?
We do, quite a fair few.
Yeah?
We come from a fairly sports-orientated and sail-orientated. Amanda's a very good quality sewer. That's why she's on the machines and I stay over this side of the counter. I stick to the designs. I understand how the theories work.
I see. Which one is one of yours?
Probably my proudest one is the one directly behind the cameraman here. The one in the window, the black one.
Right.
That's the one I'm probably the proudest of. At the New South Wales titles just recently. We had class victories consistent through every time the kite was used. We placed or won with using this, exactly this kite.
And these are the medals you've won?
These are some of the medals we've won. We've got another cluster over there.
Would I be jumping to conclusions to say that kiting is your life?
No, you wouldn't. Kiting is very much our life now.
Did you do anything else?
Not anymore.
You did have time. You did have time to have a baby.
That was a quick one.
Yes. Do you remember how you met? For example?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yes.
met sailboarding.
Sailboarding.
Yeah.
What happened?
He thought I was a fellow and I was racing with him, and we just met. And I was actually manufacturing wetsuits, and I have my own business doing wetsuits and wetsuit repair. So he came into my shop and asked me out.
Yeah? Where did he take you?
Machos, Mexican and the movies.
What is your favourite place to go out now?
Oh, anywhere.
Anywhere to go.
Anywhere
Away from
without
home.
the child.
Before kites and before marriage, what's your background? Where are you from?
I'm actually from Tamworth, up in northern New South Wales, and I'm a country girl, born and bred, and I came down here to go to college down here.
And stayed?
Yeah, and stayed, yeah. I went to Sydney for a year and did a year at college down there and didn't like it, so I came up here.
Right. And you, Chris?
Born and bred in the suburb I now live in. I've educated in the area, travelled around Australia, came back to the area, decided I liked where I was living and bought the other end of the street to where I grew up. So it was very funny. I went from number one on the highway to number one in the street I now live in.
You have to be in the shop when you work together. You have to be on good terms. Do you ever are not on good terms at home?
Oh, lots. Well, very often, yeah. Yeah.
What over
Yeah.
what?
Oh, I think, just being together all the time and working together and living together and trying to... I think since we've had Sam, it's sort of become a little bit hard on us because we're both trying to cope with being parents as well as cope with being business people.
Extra stress and tension?
Yeah.
What about nights and staying awake?
Well, we're trying now to take turns of feeding at night so that we can get a little bit of sleep because we find we're not getting a lot of sleep these days.
What's the worst thing that you do when you're angry with each other?
I don't know.
You don't throw things?
No.
We did once,
we
but we
used
laughed
to,
so
yeah.
hard we gave up.
yeah, we used to. I remember a pie throwing one time, but no, we don't throw things. I think we just get really angry and say, look, just go away for a while and get out of the house, and one of us goes to visit a friend or something.
If you can remember the most thrilling thing that you've done as thrill seekers, the biggest adrenaline.
My first time off a cliff on a hang glider.
Yeah.
On a 300-foot cliff. A friend and I tossed a coin. Neither of us have ever jumped off a cliff. He owned the kite, so we tossed a coin. He said, "You lose, you're first up." We jumped off, and from 300 feet, the kite accelerated another 300 feet into the air in probably 2 seconds. And that was just mind-blowing blur, and then looking down from 600 feet going, "Oh my God, dive." That was probably the biggest adrenaline rush I've ever had.
Were you scared as well?
Terrified. New underpants required immediately on landing. It was a very big rush, but it was fantastic. We ran straight back up the cliff and did it all again. So we spent all day doing that one.
Yeah. And you? Do you remember?
I think probably the biggest adrenaline rush I've had is surf sailing, wave jumping. We can drive around Newcastle and say, "Oh look, there's one of our kites," and it's nice to know that you made that and people are out there flying and having a good time with it.
Here you go, way too fast. Don't slow down, you're gonna crash. You should watch your step. Don't look out, gonna break your neck. So shut your mouth. 'Cause I'm not listening.
The first question is, where are you from?
Originally or
Yes,
now?
yes.
Scotland.
Are you?
Yeah.
Were you born there?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
Lanarkshire.
Lanarkshire.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember it?
Uh-huh. Place called New Lanark, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How old were you when you left there?
Oh,
a wee little thing?
No, no, no. I came out here when I was 24.
Right. Why did you come here?
I married
You married who?
an Australian.
How did you meet an Australian in Lanarkshire?
Well, I didn't meet him in Lanarkshire. I met him in Plymouth, Devonshire.
Doing what?
I was working as a barmaid and he was a sailor.
Now don't tell me he came in and asked for a drink.
Quite a few.
What did you like about him? About him?
About him? I don't think I liked him actually when I first met him.
He grew on you though. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then did he ask you out?
Well, he used to see me home from the bar
Uh-huh.
because I worked of an evening.
Yes.
And whenever we got the chance, we went to the dance hall.
Do you remember him asking you to marry him?
Well, he didn't ask me to marry me, he told me.
What did he say?
He said, we're getting married,
Just like that?
just like that.
And what did you say?
I said, I'd have to think about it. I mean, moving from there away over here to the other end of the earth, like, you know, it's a big step.
What, you knew that was involved?
Well, coming from Australia and being in the Australian Navy,
You knew he was going to come back here?
I knew that you had to come back here.
And what did you think about that at the time?
Well, leaving all your friends behind is not it's not an easy thing to do. And it took me a week to think about it.
Yeah. And what did you think when you got here?
Very nice.
Do you have children?
No, unfortunately.
You wanted to but couldn't?
That's
Right. Would you like to have had many or just a couple?
not a couple,
Yeah?
because I come from a big
Do
family.
you? How big family?
11.
Are you still together?
No.
How long did it last?
Oh, I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh, all right. But
That
did it,
is a bit too personal.
is it? But it was okay. I mean, it didn't sort of like you didn't
Oh, no,
arrive
no.
here and then he left.
Oh, no, 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 no.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no.
Did you marry again?
No.
You prefer it as it is now,
Well, I'm a Catholic, see, and
so you're not really divorced. Yes.
and we're not really divorced.
Right.
He may have divorced me, I don't know.
Right. What sort of people do you like to have around you?
Well, I've got all my friends up at the Aussie Rules Club.
Oh yeah.
hmm
How did you get involved with the Aussie Rules Club? You're not a footballer.
Well, it was somewhere to go and we play bingo and we have raffles and all that sort of thing. I
Right.
just come from there just now, actually.
Right.
I'm on my way to the post office.
And then, what's the rest of the day?
And then I'll go back there and have a couple of drinks.
More bingo or
No, I might put a couple of dollars in the poker machines.
What do you like to cook for yourself?
Well,
Is it extensive?
well, it depends what I win on in the raffles.
Oh, does it? what, you can win food, can you?
Oh yeah, meat trays.
All right, so if you win the meat tray, that's what's dinner.
Yeah.
What's the last thing that you won?
3 meat trays on Friday night.
You're a photographer?
Yeah,
Are you?
I'm studying photography.
You're studying photography. All right. Whereabouts do you study photography?
I'm from Western Australia.
Is that where you're studying?
Yeah,
Ah.
Academy of Performing Arts.
What's your background? Tell us a bit about your family background.
My family background.
Do you have a family?
We're Italian. They're restaurateurs, and I decided not to take up the nightlife trade
Right.
because the hours are too long.
Yeah. I guess, have they always been in the restaurant business?
Yeah, about 30 years, 35
Right.
years.
So you know it pretty well.
Yeah, well, I do that to get by, waitering to get by,
Yeah.
but I never want to kind of do it professionally.
Do you have a relationship? Girlfriend? Boyfriend?
No, I don't have a girl. I just split up with my girlfriend after 3 years.
Yeah?
Yeah, we just.
Did she choose to split or did you?
I did. Well, it was kind of. We were growing apart,
Yeah.
so we kind of separated. She was a lot older. She was 7 years older than me, so she was 27. Oh, I was 18 when we met, and she was 25. And at first, it didn't matter when it was all fun and games, but then it started to take its strain.
Yeah? How? In what way?
Well, I still had a lot of life in me, and she was ready to settle down, kind of thing. She was ready to get married, and I would have married her, but I wasn't ready for that when she
Not
was.
yet.
No, not yet.
Right.
But I did love her. I loved her a lot.
Yeah.
We were together for a long time,
Yeah.
but just,
Was this your big love so far in your life?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Not the first, but
Not the first, no, but yeah, the biggest.
that it's over. I mean, are you over it or?
Oh, I miss her a lot,
Yeah.
but I don't think I've hit that low yet. I'm still waiting for it, but it hasn't happened, but it might.
What sort of women appeal?
See, I've been out of the woman chasing scene for so long that it's like, it seems really, I don't even know anymore. With her, I think it was her looks for starters. But once I got to know her, she was, it just went beyond that. But now, I mean, in all honesty, the first thing you do is it's looks straight away. But I mean, you do have to get to know a person. I like women that are just wild, kind of crazy and ready to do anything.
Yeah.
And she was like that. But then she grew up.
How would you react if you were in a bar here somewhere and a woman came up and said, "Can I buy you a drink?"
Oh, of course, yeah. I'd
No
say,
problem?
oh no, yeah. I've been taught to be polite to women, very polite to women, by my parents, by my father.
So that would be just polite.
to say
that
yes.
That would be just polite to say yes.
Oh yeah, I mean she could look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, but of course she'd say yes. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say yes.
Do you see a difference between how you behave and how people, your age or your friends who have Australian parents, do they behave differently?
No, because I know a few Europeans that are pigs, really. Pigs of men, But I find if I go out and I look around and I look at men and see how they act towards women, and some of them, act inappropriately, I find it very, very, I don't know, it just unsettles me. So I make sure that I'm never like that. I wouldn't say I'm sensitive New Age because I think guys that say they're sensitive
Sounds a
New
bit
Age,
wimpy.
no, they're just full of it, really.
Yeah.
Because when they're, stripped down naked and all that, and they're not sensitive New Age anymore. Once they get what they want,
Yeah.
But I think if guys are just polite, being polite is enough. You don't need. Women are going to like you for who you are, and you don't have to put on some show. I've been with this girl so long, so now I just like to go out and just have a good time. I don't stand at the bar and kind of go like this, look for women and stuff, I just mind my own business. And if I see a pretty girl, I'll look at her a few times and maybe go and talk to her,
You're not shy.
I am very shy, but if I see a girl that's too beautiful to pass up, then, you can't say no. You got to go for it.
Excuse me, sir. Are you here for the pelican feeding? Can I sit down and talk to you for a second?
If you're silly enough to, yeah, why
I'm
not?
silly. I'm silly enough to. I noticed you were feeding yourself first.
Yeah.
Good thinking. What were you eating?
Mandarin, an apple?
Do they eat stuff like that? No. Are you local or?
No, I come here up here from Sydney.
Did you come up here specially to watch this feeding?
I came up here specially to photograph this feeding.
I see. Your camera in the water there.
Yep.
You drop it in? Or was it
Sorry?
meant to be in there?
It's meant to be in there, yeah.
Are you a professional photographer?
No. Just mad keen. Trying to get photos of this for the last 2 months.
All right. How often?
I've only had two other attempts where I've actually come up here and put the camera in the water.
Uh-huh.
But I've done a lot of work sort of like beforehand, getting things ready.
And how are you going to activate it?
It's just set up on a timer, so that if something's in front of it and it's in focus, it'll take a shot. Or many shots, it'll burn the film.
What do you do professionally? Do you work?
Yeah. I work for the dreaded communications company Optus.
Do you?
Yep.
What is your line of work?
I work in the satellite side of things, making certain your signal's up there
All
on the
right.
satellite.
Right, so we can blame you if they're not?
Well, only if we're at fault.
Right. To what extent is work your life?
That's pretty significant. Pretty significant.
It's important to you?
Yeah.
Makes you feel that you're achieving something?
Yeah. I mean, fortunately, I work in a pretty good place with
Yeah.
a good group of people, and it's a very good team sort of feeling there.
Yeah.
So
But that wasn't. That's you're lucky. I mean, that can
Yeah.
change. It can.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I usually change jobs so that
Yeah.
I manage to just fall on my feet in good situations.
Right.
all my working career, I've been in pretty good places.
Yeah. No bad experiences?
Oh, not really, no. I mean, nothing's clear sailing, so, you know, hey, you just go with the flow.
And where were you born?
In Sydney.
Right. You're a Sydney boy.
Yeah.
Only child?
No. 3 brothers and sisters.
Right.
Oh, yeah, 3 others in the family.
Right. And are they all technically? Is it a
No,
family of
I'm
technicians?
I'm the only one.
Are you married?
No, single.
Have you always been single?
Yeah.
You like it that way?
Yeah, I can afford expensive toys and fill them full of salt water.
So it was either this or a wife, was it?
Yeah, this got the choice.
What about? Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
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 Have you had a, meaningful relationship?
Yeah.
And you don't like them?
Oh no. I mean, hey, it's a matter of when you can get the time, how much time you can put into it. I mean, my work. I'm on a day off today. This is my only day off in 2 weeks, so it doesn't give you a lot of time for sort of like other things. And usually after a day at work, you're just exhausted. So I mean, you don't if you don't have that much time and effort to sort of like go out and look around for people and things. I mean.
They don't come knocking on your door?
Basically, yeah. I know. That's okay. You accept that.
Do you make friends easily?
Probably not.
You don't?
I don't know. I mean, it's all relative, isn't it? So my aspect of it is not necessarily the same as your aspect of it, is it?
You like your own company?
Yeah. I mean, most everything I do by myself because of the odd hours I work.
Yeah, right. So you've had to kind of like it.
Yeah. I mean, it's either that or I change my situation, and I'm quite happy with that, so I go with the flow.
Right. So your time off is spent, is it photography? Is that a sort of major?
Yeah, diving and photography.
Combined?
Yeah.
Why underwater photography?
I don't know. I mean, it's a whole... I took up diving first, and then, I don't know.
Oh, I see.
I don't know, ended up sort of like scrounging a camera and taking it underwater.
Just like that?
Oh... Roundabout.
But it developed.
I was interested in sort of like what I saw, and you can't really describe exactly what you see, or your description of it doesn't on pass enough details to the other people. So a photo does it. The only reason I'm taking a picture is to enter in a competition, just to stir up all the other entrants, because they're going to take a lot of photos of pelicans. So I just thought I'd do something quite different. So I mean, for no other reason than that, just stirring things up.
What's the competition?
It's just like a camera club, like how you have like leagues clubs and things like that. The local one near where I live's got a camera club in it, so.
And this is really, you've only got one go at it, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, if they throw the fish in the wrong spot, this is a waste of effort.
So that's anyway. That's a day written off.
Yeah. If things work, it can't but be a very spectacular shot.
Look, he's going to let it go.
Yeah, but there are some fish that it seems as though they don't like.
That's